Hey guys, welcome back to the Stains TV YouTube channel. Best 22, we're going to do it. There's a lot of stuff happening about that. The AFL posted their version, which I've checked out. I posted that on the channel, I think last week. Got a lot of feedback on that one, mainly with one key change, but I feel like I've got a few other changes up my sleeve that I'd go with, so I'm going to do mine now. Okay, let's get into this. I've got some multiple angles here, so hopefully you enjoy that. Camera, reaction camera, and then we've got the field right here ahead. So let's get stuck into it. I'm not going to look at the AFL one. I was going to look at it, but I'm not going to look at it because I feel like that might influence my decision. So where do we go from here? I'm going to go with every year. I feel like this is going to be easy, and then it's just not easy at all. So I'm going to go with obvious choice. Max King there. Tim Embry is set to be good to go. So I'm going to go with Skunk. Okay. For me, I think center is just Jack Steele. Straight down the spine. That's Josh Battle. Okay, well, that's not a bad spine right now. Obviously, Marshall is in the ruck. What would I put? Yeah, so to start, I think I probably have more faith in Cordy. Cordy v. Dukes. That's a massive one. I've got my tea here. It's my thinking tea. That's a tough one. I don't know. Cordy v. Dukes. In the comments, Cordy, Dougal Howard, who are you? I'm going to go with the most recent one and go with Zane Cordy because I feel like he's just got that, I guess, the form line, although he was terrorised in the final. This is obviously the All-Australian fullback, although he probably won't be our fullback, although I wouldn't mind chucking him there, but he's just undersized. Back pocket, this is another one. Webster v. Stocker. I know that Ross is probably going to go Webster, but I'm going to go controversial because I love Stocker. And I'm going to go Liam Stocker. I think he's just a tough nut. And he's got a good kick on him. I think he's probably as good a kick as Jimmy Webster, to be honest. And then I think we know who these two are going to be. One of them is going to be Nasaya, who's going to just absolutely dominate next season. And I'm just going to go with the safety of Jack Sinclair right now. That is a good sort of rebounding half-back flankers right there, like Wanganeen and Sinks. On one wing, I'm going to go Brad Hill. Or do I go Mason Wood? Okay, I'm going to go Hilly, and I'm going to go Wood. I know a lot of people are going to go, well, Liam Henry, but I think just because he hasn't played, I think we need to. I'll probably just put Liam Henry here, to be honest. He'll probably just start on the wing, but bench, or it doesn't really matter where you start on the bench. Like, he's going to play on the wing, obviously, but I think those two are pretty experienced. Although I think Hilly, like Liam Henry, could well go here. Like, to be fair, he could go at half forward, but he's a winger, I think. So we'll leave him there. But that's another topical one. I think one forward pocket for me is going to be Cooper Sharman. The other one's going to be Jack Higgins. I would go Machito there for now, although I'd love to start him in the guts. All these stupid ads. I'll go Dan Butler as a safe option. Crouch. Look, who else is there? I don't think Seb Ross to me isn't. Paddy Dow. Depending on form, I think it'd be cool to have Paddy Dow in the guts straight off the bat. Steele, Crouch, Dow. He just gives a bit more pace. He's just a bit different. If you got Seb in there, I just think it's too one-dimensional and we'll just get hammered, especially with how good other midfields are. But in an ideal universe, I'd love to just start Machito Owens in the guts. Like, if he has a monstrous off-season, he could easily start in the guts. So I wouldn't be against that, to be honest. Cordy, Stocker, Wilkie, Wanganeen, Wood, Hill, Butler, Membry. Liam Henry on the bench doesn't fit. Doesn't suit. Doesn't fit what I'm up for. It's a tricky one. I'll pick the rest of my bench. I think Hunter Clark will definitely be there. Who else am I going with? And Marcus Winhager. But then there's no Patton, no Ross, no Webster. Yeah, that actually sits okay with me. Yep. And I'll go Marcus Winhager. And someone here will be the sub. I think they're all not going to be the sub, to be honest. Paddy Dow's probably bench worthy, and Hunter Clark could start in the guts. You can Marcus Winhager in the guts, Machito Owens in the guts. But I think that it's not bad. There's something in that Hill, Butler, Liam Henry zone, and it just doesn't fit right with me. I just don't know what. I think I'm forcing Dan Butler there. I think he could well start off, but then do people think Liam Henry's he's a winger, right? He's not a half forward flanker, although they're close. Like Hilly could push forward, Henry, they could rotate and work in tandem. Kind of same as Machito and Wood. Machito can play anywhere. Sharman, to me, needs to start. He's ahead of Jack Hayes for me. Rowan Marshall doesn't need support just yet. Ross has really expressed that's, Rowe is the man. He doesn't need help. So I don't think Jack Hayes comes in straight off the bat. Yeah, okay. I don't mind that. I feel like there's something wrong. But I feel like there's some serious variety in that forward line. King, Higo, Henry, Membry, Owens, Sharman. They all bring something different. That's not a bad forward line. Height-wise, it's got it in Membry, King, and Owens, I think. Although King's obviously the main tall. That section there is pretty sexy. That's not bad either. Battle, Hill, yep. The spine. Obviously, Dukes could go at fullback. But I think for now, I'm just going to go Cordy based on most recency bias, probably. Yeah. It's not bad. It's not a bad lineup. I still think there's something there that's missing. Marcus Winhager, there's so many different variables. If Paddy Dow has a great preseason, maybe he starts. He does start for me. I think it just needs to happen. I don't think Seb Ross is ahead of him. Yeah, that's the lineup. That's what I think, Saners. I have no idea. It's a difficult one. It's never a wrong thing. It's never a right thing. There's just, you could say, well, he's not a bench player, but he is. And it's like, well, they're all going to end up on the bench at some point. Only a few players really play 100%. So it doesn't really matter who's on the bench because that just means they're in the team. So that's my best 22 for now. I think it's probably going to change. You could even start Brad Hill on the forward flank, and yeah, it doesn't really matter. They're all going to rotate. So that's my team. Comment your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Most importantly, if you disagree or you think a few players are in weird positions or whatever, put it in the comments. Let's have a discussion. It's always a fun time to kind of think that far ahead and think of what the team could look like. But I think that's a top 8 team, fully fit. I think we've got some good depth now. And there's obviously players I didn't select that I think obviously are very capable. Jimmy Webster, Ben Patton, these sort of guys didn't get in. Obviously, Jack Hayes is another one, but I just think we need to see a bit more of him. Maybe it's Sandy or see how his preseason goes before I can just chuck him in. And I also think that Sharman's ahead of him in terms of forward craft at the moment. So that's the team. Thanks very much, Saints. Enjoy your long weekend if you have one. And I'll see you next week in Saints TV Weekly. But yeah, until then, take care. And as always, go you mighty Saints. See you guys.